Father Bigfoot has become world famous and wants to use his fame to change the world. He agrees to help an environmental organization protect a nature reserve from being destroyed. But then he suddenly disappears without a trace. Yikes! This causes the Bigfoot kid that doesn't look like Bigfoot but has all Bigfoot's powers, his mom, a giant bear, and a raccoon to go on a quest to Alaska to find their father to see what happened to him because suddenly he disappeared. A very important fact, guys, this movie is rated Y7. That'll become very relevant as this review continues. Let's go ahead and dive into the negative, guys. When I first started watching this movie, I was super irritated with the inconsistency, the overreacting, the over movements, over animations. Not only this, but the mouths were off a little bit, like a little off. I was like, God, they didn't animate it very well either. Not only were they super eggly animated, but their mouths were off. So it just added to more of like, oh my gosh, this movie's so lame. But hold on, the kids that are watching this, don't worry. I get it. I understand now.
I realized two things.
And it made me chill, and I found that I enjoyed the movie much more afterwards.
1.
This movie's rated Y7, so it's for kids 7 years and up. It's for kids, it's not for Ringo Scott adult. And the mouth's not moving correctly? This is originally a Belgian movie. They ain't speaking English. They did not animate the mouth for English, so it's dubbed into English. And that explains some of the acting issues I saw as well.
Now, the voice they use to do the voice of Bigfoot is super annoying. This is an example.
Life lesson time, guys, where I find something in a movie that'll help us build better lives. This one spelled it right out, guys. The father, Bigfoot, who has these powers, who's come out of hiding after 10 years, is world famous. But he has no purpose, so he wants to find a purpose. He wants to find a bigger thing, a way to serve people. He chooses help fight, save the environment. He wants to save the environment. So that's what he uses his fame for. Well, guys, my theme is to help reduce suffering in the world as a whole and to help people build better lives. I think it's really important to find a goal. Whatever goal we choose is to serve others. Not serve others like you're giving them pizza or something. No, but serve others. Teach people what you've learned that helped you. You had a hard life or struggles in your life and you learned how to overcome them. By goodness, I'm sure you had people hand out things to you, hopefully. If not, that's all the more reason to help you get motivated to teach them how to get out of their own situations as well. Past what you know, if we all do this, eventually there'll be a wave of people who are improved past that level of struggle. And yes, there'll be new struggles and we'll deal with that next. But that is a great way, I think, that we can do this. But hey guys, that's just my opinion. I'm just a guy. Take what you want and leave the rest. The positives. Now, while this movie is not for my age group,
Duh.
Once I put on my 7-year-old hat or my I'm a father and I have a kid that's around that age hat, then I was able to enjoy this a little bit more, for sure. That increased the enjoyment of the movie. So then I enjoyed the animation. I appreciated the overacting and stuff because when you're a kid, the bright colors, overreacting, inconsistencies. I mean, Scooby-Doo was pretty dumb, but I sure couldn't help but watching that when I was a kid. Very similar basic villain. And then they also had some good morals. They said, like, for example, wear a seatbelt. Very Scooby-Doo villain, guys. Very Scooby-Doo villain. In fact,
He would have got away with it too if it weren't for them pesky kids. Arr.
Overall, Bigfoot family is clearly made for kids. Y17 rating. But clearly made for kids. That explains the overreacting, the inconsistencies in the plot. However, if I were a parent or I were a kid, especially if I were a parent and my kid was enjoying it, which I think they would, then there's some pretty memorable little characters, some funny guys. There's one moose that's really funny that I think I would enjoy or enjoy watching my kid enjoy. And it even has some good life lessons for a kid to learn. So overall, I'd say this movie is very visually pleasing. It's pretty, and it's a safe movie that your kids can watch. You don't have to worry about them being exposed to ideas or things that you're like, oh my gosh, my kid should not know about this. So for people with kids that are 7 and up, around that age, or 7 and up, or a little bit younger probably too, I definitely recommend this movie to them. I think they'll enjoy it. And on that scale, on that rating for a kid movie, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, guys. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, boy.